Okay, so today we are learning, again, we're going from standard form to vertex form. So this is the type of equation that we saw yesterday. Yesterday we saw something that looks like this. It's in the form ax squared plus bx plus c. Is this in that format? No, so we need to put it in that format. So everyone circle this positive 2x. I'm going to move it to this side. Whenever you move something to the other side, do you know what happens? Yes, it becomes a negative. In this case, it becomes a negative. So I have x squared. I'm going to move this over here, so now it's a minus 2x. Everything else will stay the same. I still have a minus 4x, and I still have a minus 5. So let me highlight what changed. The only thing that changed is that this disappeared and it moved to this side. You guys see it? All it did was change the sign. Now I'm going to combine like terms. The only term with the squared is this x squared. So it'll just remain as y equals x squared. Let's combine the x's. What's negative 2x minus 4x? Yes, negative 6x minus 5. So now it is in standard form. You guys see that? All right, next one. I'm going to do this one over here. Everyone circle this negative 3x. We're going to move it to this side. When I do that, what will happen to this negative 3x? It'll become a positive 3x. So I'm going to have y equals 3x squared. That's from right here. That stays the same. Now, this minus 3x, when I move it, it will become a positive 3x. I still have the minus 9x plus 4. So let me highlight what changed here. The only thing that changed is that this negative 3x is now a positive 3x. Everything else is the same. Do you guys see that? Okay, now I'm going to combine like terms. The only thing with the squared is this term, so that's going to stay by itself. Nothing else has a little squared on it. Nothing else has a small 2. So it's going to be y equals 3x squared. Now I'm going to combine these two. What is 3x minus 9x? Negative 6x, and then plus 4. So now it is in standard form. Okay? Then the process is exactly the same as we did yesterday. Okay? So I'm going to solve one of these for you. The process is the same for all of these. I'm going to do this third one, okay? So I'm going to go to this slide. We rewrote this as y equals 3x squared. Remember, this moved over here, and it became a negative 6x plus 4. Okay, so this is where we are now. All right, so just like we did yesterday, we're going to identify A, B, and C. What's the A term, guys? We got that from right here. My B term, negative 6. My C term, 4. So we know what A, B, and C are. Now we're going to find the vertex. In order to find the vertex, we use this equation. H equals negative B over 2A. I'm going to erase the letter B. Don't erase the negative, just the letter B. Now, guys, what did we say the B value was? Yep, it's negative 6. It's right here. So I'm going to put in negative 6. Now I'm going to erase the A. And what did we say the A value was? 3. So I'm going to put a 3 right here. Now let's evaluate what this is. These two negatives what do they make? A positive. So I'm going to have h equals positive 6 over 2 times 3 is 6. So h is just 1. 6 divided by 6 is 1. So we found the x value of the vertex, or we call it h. Now that I found what h is, how do I find k? Yep, we're just going to plug it in. So guys, this one looks a little complicated to me. I'm going to use the easier equation. Let's use this one. So I'm going to erase the x. And what do I put there? 1. I'm going to put this in here. So I'm going to put a 1 right here. A 1 right here. Now, this is a mistake I saw a lot of people do yesterday. And I don't want to see it again. A lot of people did 3 times 1 first, and then they squared it. That's not good. What you're supposed to do first is you want to square it first. You're supposed to do 1 squared. So guys, what is 1 times 1? 1, and then multiply it by the 3. So what should this whole thing equal? 3. Minus 6 times 1 is 6 plus this 4. Sorry, I'm running out of space here. All right, so now let's evaluate it left to right. 3 minus 6 is negative 3, plus 4 is just 1. So my answer here is 1, 1. Okay, now the vertex form equation. Vertex form is a times x minus h squared plus k. Now, before we start, I want every single person to label the vertex. This is h and this is k. All right, so let's go ahead and start replacing our letters. What did we say a was? 3. We said that in the beginning. So a is 3. The h value, I'm going to erase the h. And what does my h value say? It's 1. And then I'm going to erase the k value. And what is it? 1. Okay. All right, so that's my equation. Let's talk about the transformations. It went right 1, and it went up 1. What does this 3 in the very front do? Yes, it's a vertical stretch. Why is it a stretch? Yes, because it's bigger than 1. So it's a vertical stretch by 3. So those are my different transformations. Okay, now the y-intercept. If you look at your paper down here, I have it on the screen right here at the very bottom. The y-intercept is 0, c. What was our c value? 4. So the y-intercept is 0, 4. Okay, real quick, guys. Let me explain the y-intercept. So guys, you see my equation up here? If you want to find the y-intercept, just plug in a 0. So this is my equation. If you want to find the y-intercept, plug in a 0. If I plug in a 0 here, what happens to this? It's just 0. If I plug in a 0 here, what happens? What am I left with? 4. That's my that's why my y-intercept is 4. So when you plug in zeros, these numbers are gone. This is gone. You're just left with 4. So your y-intercept will always be 0 and then c, the last number. Okay? All right, I'm going to do one more example with you guys. Go ahead and flip to the next page. This is on the bottom right. We're going to do this problem together. Okay, so notice, is this in standard form? No, it looks terrible. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do. Everyone circle the 4x squared. Everyone circle 4x squared. All right, we're gonna move it over here. So now it will become a negative 4x squared. Everyone circle the 6x. Move it over here with the other x. It'll become a negative 6x. Okay, here is an important fact. If it's an x squared, it needs to go with the x squared. If it's just an x, it needs to go with the x. Okay? You need to combine like terms. So now let's add these together. Or let's combine them. What is 2 minus 4? Negative 2. So that means this will become negative 2x squared. Let's do the next one. What is 18 minus 6? 12. So this will become 12x. And there's only one number here, so I'll just leave it like that. So this is my new problem. Y equals negative 2x squared plus 12x minus 21. Now it is in standard form. And now the process is the same. What is A, B, and C? What is A? Negative 2. What is B? 12. And what is C? Negative 21. And we use the same problem. H equals negative B over 2A. I'm going to erase B. What did we say B was? 12. So put a 12 there. Yes, it becomes negative 12 now. I'm going to erase the A. And we said A was negative 2. So let's evaluate what H is. H is negative 12 divided by 2 times negative 2 is negative 4. So this says negative 12 divided by negative 4. What is that? 3. So our H value is 3. That is the first number of our vertex. How do I find the next number? Plug it in. So I'm going to put this 3 inside of these x's. Okay? So let's do that. I'm going to erase this x and this x. And I'm going to replace it with 3's. I'm going to put a 3 inside of here and a 3 inside of here. So I replaced the x and put 3's there. Now let's evaluate. Remember, you have to do exponents first. So 3 squared, what will that be? 9. And then 9 times negative 2? Negative 18. Plus 12 times 3 is 36. Minus 21. Okay, negative 18 plus 36 is just 18. And then 18 minus 21 is negative 3. So the vertex is negative 3, or the K value is negative 3. Okay, if you're wondering how I got 18, if you are wondering how I got 18, negative 18 plus 36 is 18. okay? And then 18 minus 21 is -3. All right, now we're going to put it in vertex form. Everyone please label the vertex. This is H and this is K. Everyone please write that. Now we're going to put it into the problem. So I have A times X minus H squared plus K. This is the vertex form equation. So now we're just going to replace our values. A, in the beginning, what did we say A was? -2. So everyone put a -2 right here. I'm going to erase H. Guys, this is the formula. Do not erase the negative, only erase the H. And what do I put there? 3. 3. So guys, notice whenever you put a number inside of the parentheses, it looks different. Outside of the parentheses, it's just a regular old 3, but when you put it inside, it becomes negative. You see that? The sign changes. Now we're going to erase the K value. And what do I put? -3. So this is your equation. Now, my y-intercept is always 0 and the C value, -21. And if you ever forget, just plug in zeros into the equation. So here is my equation. If you were to plug in zeros, if you were to plug in a 0, that would go away and this would go away. You're only left with -21. Transformations. Guys, what does a negative in the very front do? The negative, what does that do? Yes. It'll be pointing down, so that's going to be a reflection. It's going to reflect over the x-axis. That's what the negative does. What does the 2 in the very front do? What is this 2 going to do? Will it be a stretch or a compress? Yep, it'll be a vertical stretch by 2. What will this -3 inside of the parentheses do? Right. Yes, it will go to the right 3. It'll do the opposite of what it looks like. And this -3 on the outside, down 3. So be sure to write down all 4 transformations. All right, guys, that's the end of the notes. Okay, so in your practice, it has your notes compiled for you. The standard form is ax squared plus bx plus c. The vertex form is ax minus h squared plus k. This is the top of your practice. The vertex is hk. And to find the h value or the x value, you do h equals -b over 2a. I see a lot of people doing 2c. It should be 2a, okay? So these are the different formulas that you'll need today. Another thing that I saw when I was walking around is, guys, whenever you're moving stuff, let's say I have y equals, let's say I have y minus 2x squared equals 3x plus 4. What do I need to do, guys? What do I need to do? Thank you. I need to move the -2 to this side, and it becomes a positive 2x squared, correct? I see a lot of people just leaving it like this. Is this in standard form? Oh. No, this needs to come first. So it should be written as 2x squared plus 3x plus 4. Because if you don't write it in the correct format, you might say that this is your A value, and that's not. That's your B value. Okay? So just be wary of those little mistakes. All right, I'm going to pause here.